Hi, my name is Craig Thompson-Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Thanks for coming to my games room. Today I wanted to start a new series, and one which I'm actually quite excited about. It's something which is quite near and dear to my own heart, and it's something which you can certainly be doing as you have time off in the summer to be working on things to do with board games and such. Now this would be more for the students. I mean, teachers, if you're a teacher in your office, is also something you could be doing too. But this to me is just a great way to be spending your holidays and to be developing a lot of skills, and that is designing your own board game. So in the past, when I've done a series, I've talked about up front how many episodes I plan to be doing with this. This one I really don't know, because first I thought it was just something I wanted to talk about as an idea for something you could do over the summer, but as I started planning this, it really started to occur to me that there's a lot more to this than I can maybe talk about realistically in one episode, and keep it to a decent length. So rather than try to condense it all too much and not do it the justice it deserves, or make this video way too long and you don't want to watch the whole thing, I'm going to pace this one out and do a little bit each time. So today I'm going to talk about your inspiration and ideas. So when designing your own board game, your ideas can come from a lot of different places. And my strong advice to anybody who is doing any kind of writing, whether it's creative writing or designing a game writing, one thing I've commonly heard, and I totally believe myself, is don't edit your ideas, don't edit your ideas, don't edit your ideas until they are out. So any ideas you have, write them down. And to that end, I actually keep on me at all times, I keep this little handy dandy journal. Just anytime you get an idea, write it down, write it down, write it down. And you never know, maybe it won't work for this game that you're working on right now, but maybe it's a great idea that you could use for a future game. Don't limit yourself, just write them all down. The second thing I would advise is to be familiar with board games. It's kind of like if you're going to write a novel, you're going to write a novel probably in the style of the author that you are most familiar with, or that you last read. That's because that's what you know. So the more you know about board games, the more you know about the different mechanics that are out there and the different things that board games can do, whether they're card games or area control games or bluffing games or whatever. Just having that familiarity with all these different styles of games and different game mechanics can really help to give you something interesting and exciting in your game, and to maybe push you into new directions and to want to try something new, to be innovative. However you do it, just having that knowledge and familiarity with games is going to really benefit you the more when you're trying to design your own. The next thing I want to talk about is the theme. Now, not all games have a theme. Many games do. Me personally, I love a game with a strong theme. I know a lot of people do. I don't know that there's people who say I don't like games with theme. Whereas there are people who say I don't like games without theme. So people can like what are called abstract games, like say checkers. Checkers doesn't really have a theme to it. So if you're choosing to use a theme in your game, then you might need to do a little bit of research about that theme. So finding out more about it. For example, I'm just starting to learn a game called Transatlantic, which is all about steamships, and so the author of the game must have done a lot of research on all the different ships, the years that they were built, the passenger capacities, the speeds of the ships, all the different things, because this all becomes very important in the game. And so if whatever it is that you're interested in and whatever it is that you want to do for your theme, then be prepared to maybe do a bit of research around that. However you do it, I would recommend considering a good theme in your game. And finally, my last strong piece of advice when considering your inspiration and ideas for the game is make sure that you're doing something that you are interested in. You are interested in. You are interested in. So having previously mentioned that game about the transatlantic steamships, if that was me making that game, it would never have got made, because I just simply don't have an interest in transatlantic steamships or ships really in general. But I do appreciate the work and effort that went into it, and it looks like a good game, so I'm happy that it was made. And so whatever your theme may be, whatever your passion may be, maybe pursue that, take interest in that, and follow through with that one, because if you're going to do something that you're not interested in, it's going to show, and you're not going to be motivated to do work on this game. So find something that you love and make a game about it. Now, I have to say that there is a reason that I am, so focused on this idea of game creation right now. And that is because I too have been, like I said, I've been working on a few games myself, and one is becoming, back into my forefront of my mind. It's one based on a comic strip that I did for several years, and called Spaz and Wappy. This game has been on again, off again on my brain for the last 7 years or so, 6, 7 years, and it's just one of those things, I just keep working on it, especially now in the time like now where I have the summer off. It's a great time for me to, now that I don't have to worry about work and school and things, not as much, I'm still doing some planning for next year, but I have more brain power now to devote to thinking about this game. And who knows, maybe someday this game will actually get finished. But in whether it gets finished or not, I'm certainly having a fun time doing it. And I've been learning so many things from it, like the computer skills to create the comics in the first place, the computer program I used to make the cards, and then the layouts of everything, just planning things out and play testing and just having a really good time with the whole thing. It's been, a great endeavor of mine that I hopefully will be able to see to completion someday. Well, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you had some inspiration in there to get out there and start your own games, and to just put your mind to something really good and useful and creative, and share with me if you have something that you've done, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll be able to feature it on the channel. But until next time, I'm Craig Thompson with the Board Game Teacher saying, enjoy your summer, and thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back to school with me?